It's a freaking weekend, everyone. All right. Okay, time to make a deck. I'm unclear if my use of widgets has caused any problems here. Let's find out. Oh no, none of my widgets showed up. Where are all my widgets? All right, so it's the end of the weekend, or the end of the week. I have to make a deck. I've decided to put out the stock ticker, the Bible, some kind of wheel. Oh no, my Lego thing broke. I think it'd be really important for someone to call in. John, I saw that you had called in while I was busy. You should call back. Calling all Johns. My little Lego thing fell down. Danny is not here right now, so I have to put that away. I'm going to get rid of these things because I've determined they're not funny anymore. Well, the widgets were funny while they lasted. And anyone doing a summer Friday, call on in. Hey. Okay. All right. I'm going to sign off as I finish my deck. Best of luck to everyone. I'm probably going to. There's a comment. What I miss? Jesse, if you're still there. Wait, I can put comments up here? I had all these widgets up. One of them was a stock ticker. One of them was a Bible quote thing. One of them was like something very stupid. Oh shit, what is that? Who wants to call in? Who of you are still making decks at your terminal here? where is my sweater? See, what I do is I get hot, then I turn on the air conditioning, then I get cold, then I put on my sweater, and then I take my sweater on and off. Hello?
What are you doing?
I'm working. What are you doing? What are you doing, sweetie? Where are you?
White House Terminal.
Yeah, what are you guys doing at Whitehall Terminal?
We're waiting.
Yeah. Did you get food?
Yes.
What kind of food, sweetie?
Mama.
What kind of food?
What kind of food do we get?
Did you get fried chicken?
Josie. Talk to your friend Molly.
Yesterday when we were going home from Blue Playhouse, you said you really wanted fried chicken.
She said that? She said she wanted fried chicken? That's very interesting because it was my idea to get fried chicken. All right, we're getting on the ferry now.
All right, I love you guys.
Love you. See you later.
Send me
Bye.
pics. Bye. Miss Family. Family is Danny and Joni are going to be gone tonight. Hey, you guys should call in. Anyone watching should call in. It's 4:44. Oh, hold please. Hold please. Let's see who's on the horn. 1 second. I have to put in. Hello. Let's see. Let's 1 second. Getting you on the horn. Hello. Who is this? How would you like to identify yourself? Jesse6166. How are you on this fine afternoon? Well, I don't mean to presume where in the world you are. It could be any time of day or night. Is the sun beating down on you? Okay. Is the sun beating down on the domicile you may or may not be in? I don't mean to presume. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you like Arizona? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How so? Mm-hmm. Can you, when you leave, can you see things in the, like, see things in the distance? Or is it so secluded that it's like you're going from wherever, your home with the many modes of egress into the wild open country? Mm-hmm. 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 Gotcha. So there's not like a store. There's not you can like walk to and get like a Charleston chew. Mm-mm. Yeah. So what does everyone do to hang out? Like, is there like do people get in their cars and go to like somewhere, or is that even still a really long drive? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Church. Yeah. There is something appealing to me about that in theory, but I think in practice I would be heavily, heavily uh cooped, you know? How I wonder how quickly though. I wonder if I could get like a good 3 days in, and then for me, I just like, there's either like enjoying something greatly or blowing my top completely and trying to board the quickest one way back to New York. You know what I mean? I don't, I'm not someone, if I freaked out, dropped out, tuned out, turned up, I don't think I could become a metal worker. I think I think I would, I don't know what I would do. What would you do? That's true. To needing to melt the metal fast. Like yeah, that would be yeah, and I'm not like particularly inclined to use anything, like any kind of tool, but I would get a hold of like a blowtorch and some tongs. You know, tongs that have like the like a, normal set of tongs, like salad tongs that have like the little like plastic holdy things. So and then I think like, okay, these are gonna stop my hands from getting too hot, and then I just end up destroying my digits. But hopefully not. I mean, I think you know, urgency causes me to do a lot of or do some make some bad mistakes, but I definitely have a very strong sense of self-preservation. So I'd probably stop using the blow torch to melt my I don't know, 24 karat silver, whatever the cheapest kind of silver is, like the easiest silver to melt. I'd stop trying to melt it before I actually hurt myself permanently, but I'd have a story for it, you know. What would you do though? Yeah, yeah, they can hear your voice. I I know. Danny set it up. The 212 number is gonna be working pretty soon. It's like 212-456 work. And my new sign is coming, which I think I sent to you, which is yeah, me too. That one's gonna take a long time. I need to I get a back piece. A, a huge back piece. Yeah, the blades it has to be a dynamic tattoo. And so I need to figure out like there need to be on the blades like a part of the vinyl. It would need to look like that it was flowing in the wind. And then I would need to be able to move my shoulder blades to be able to show the dimension of you know, the shine off the sign. Oh, no, I was about to ask. Okay, out of Maine, tie-dye Etsy shop. You got really into tie-dyeing for a while. You guys are great at it. We still have some of your pieces. Yeah. We saved we saved the onesie. I think you gave Joanna more than one onesie. We definitely have one. We saved one of her. That's like the littlest onesie that we saved to remember baby Joe. And I think you also it's green. Yeah. And yeah, well, we've saved it. It's in this box with like all of the stuff like I think we have some things from the hospital, and we have this like little memory box from baby Joe, and that's the onesie that made it in. And yeah, you're chuffed. Well, Uncle Jesse 666. Wait, no, it's not 666. It's like 696 or something. Jesse 666. Yeah, if I get enough people watching this, I will put up one of my widget polls that I discovered exists, or and then say like, if enough people vote, I will get whatever tattoo is suggested. Um, but on the blades only. So what kind of yeah, go ahead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Good time. Mm-hmm. That's a good question. Are the answers interesting? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love a comment section. And I wonder if the youth is paying attention to well, they must be. Because like TikTok is like basically well, maybe I don't really use TikTok, but when I have, Like, I like to find a good viral video and then go through the comment, like a funny one, and then go through the comment section. But I think people are probably reading less on TikTok than perhaps I am. I go to TikTok for the words, you know? That may be a sign of my age, perhaps. Um, yeah, yeah. I was talking to someone, kind of like a, there are those people in your life that you like. He and I work in podcasting, but I think we sort of like have mutually appreciated the other person's just like Instagram, and like I certainly appreciate his work and stuff. And we caught up on the phone and had a great conversation today, but it was largely around um, feeling newly over the hill and what to do about it. And I didn't have any good answers, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh, right, right. Was and but like also back surgery. We uh, and you haven't gotten that spry feeling back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, worried that, trying to make sure it's always seaworthy, you know? Once it springs that first leak, you got to make sure that original hole's still patched and another one hasn't sprung up near it. Well, I am I'm going through the change, Jesse. Or at least the early change. I've been having a lot of night sweats, and it's been going on for about a year. And I was always like, oh, whatever, whatever. But it's gotten bad, and when you Google night sweats, it's like, okay, what kind of cancer do you have? And I was just sort of like, let's not deal with that. So now I'm actually like dealing with it, which just means I have to go to the doctor. It's not that big of a deal. And maybe I'll get an MRI of my brain again, because I needed to do a follow up of that 4 years after I first did it when I was like 24. So it's been a while, but we hit the deductible, baby. So welcome. That's my privilege. It's Christmas. Christmas come early. Um, but I'm really similarly like, after I had a kid. I was under 40, but I had that kid, and then things went wacky, and I feel like that was my sneezing and throwing out my back moment. But now, because of marketing, I have this sense, and I'm very susceptible to a placebo effect, that if I get on like some hormones, I'll take whatever the doctors give me. It could be like steroids, and I would obviously still take it because I think it'd be cool to be jacked. But I'm so susceptible to a placebo that I think whatever, I just need someone to give me some kind of hormone. I don't need to know what it is, and I'm going to feel great for 6 months. So I believe in the cure. Um, so yeah, me too. It doesn't. Regardless of what happens, I'll consider myself healed for 6 months. But the worst part of the night sweats and how I'll be good for, it'll be a good 6 months and a bad whoever knows how long, but just to gross you out. So I was thinking the sweating had to do with all of our cats, because we have a queen size bed, but Danny and I are small, But having the extra cat, having 3 cats is way more cats than having 2 cats. It's like an exponential thing. Yes. And Danny's got it worse because Lulu and Pruny have staked out different territories. But Hector, is always in my arms. Like he does this whole song and dance and then like installs himself. And I was thinking it's just the cats, it's just the cats. But the other night I sweat the bed so much that Hector was like wet when I woke up and he didn't move. He didn't move. My son. And part of me is like, he probably had to weigh it and he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay right here. You know what I mean? What a good boy. What a good boy. Ugh. So when I get another cat someday, because every time I talk about him dying, as we've discussed, it adds some years to his life. Will you make him nice? I will have to rent an apartment near yours for about 3 months and drop him off. Mhm. Yeah, it's got to be at least a month. Why did I do it? Hmm. And it'll all be streamed. It's going to be the most boring Big Brother season. And Joanna's going to have to walk around wearing a full head mask the whole time because of the cameras. Like a blur mask. But the rest of us won't. And then people will be able to watch and weigh in. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to hear it. But like interviews, yeah, yeah, like bring me through your daily budget, and then hopefully someone's like nice enough or unwitting enough to allow me to sit with them in their QuickBooks, and then I'll be like, really, you spend $465 quarterly on sidewalk maintenance? Is that right? Is that right? Okay. Who? Well, I especially think that like if it's someone who, if it's like an older couple who perhaps bought their homes, because there are a lot of people, because I've done some, I have, there's enough houses that I haven't done this for, but I've that this idea, I mean, I love this idea, but like I already know too much about some of the owners, because some of the houses, a lot of them have been, I've looked up individual addresses in um, some databases, and you can see who bought the homes. But sometimes they're like bought by trusts. A lot of the newer purchases are covered by trusts, and that's annoying because unless you have like the real deal database access, which I no longer have because I'm not a professional journalist anymore, and I never use those to do this work ever. But you can tell it. But some people, like especially the older folks in the neighborhood, like in their like late 60s, 70s and older, like bought their houses and have never moved, like bought them in the 80s and never moved. And like some of them had, like I know from the lady who I rent my desk from, her husband was, I always want to call him an industrial artist, but I don't know, he made like weather vanes and stuff, like real, like he was like a real deal like artist, and but he bought their huge Victorian home on like a corner lot. It's landmarked, which adds some issues for resale, but I've not broached that with her. In the late 70s for like maybe 60 grand because of, yeah. And then she grew up in the neighborhood, but grew up in like an apartment um, on that no longer exists on Cortelyou and like Coney Island Avenue. And she was like a lawyer, but in the publishing world. And so she was the one who had like a 9 to 5 job. And then he was an artist. And then also like he must have somehow come in some money because he also bought a series of row houses in Carroll Gardens. So anyway, they're doing great. But if they're the kind of type of people, perhaps not them due to their large rental income, but they're very like down to earth, longtime neighborhood people that I bet would let me sit down and like look at their grocery budget and then ask them like, where did this money come from? And then they'd just tell me. And then there'd be other people who would just remove me from their home. Oh. Yeah, I thought you meant like to the people who made battleships, which like definitely. There's yeah, I do like the idea of someone being like what when was Battleship created in like the 19 it would have to be a World War II after World War II thing. That's like feels like a real baby boomer game. Yeah. And I haven't looked this up, but that would mean maybe the great grandchildren of the battleship inventor could potentially live in the neighborhood. And yeah, depending on how they wouldn't be the ones to show me the receipts. Or maybe they would. There's only one way to find out. Really? Even better. Even better. Much better. And then did Hasbro buy it? Milton Bradley. Okay. Okay. And I wonder what happened between the 30s and the 60s. Like, were there salvo players? Is that what you said it was called originally? Huh. I'm gonna look into this. Well, Jesse 6696 or something like that, currently located in Arizona. Likewise. See, I love chit-chatting. My favorite part of working in an office was the chit-chat. See, this is when I promote this more properly, meaning no one will come to it and I will have put my full back into it. I'm just really hoping to get a group of people together who want to chit-chat while they're at their desks, you know? See? Co-working. And there's no pressure. Well, when do you come back around? Sir. Oh, hell yeah. Joanna was wondering where you were on last weekend, whenever the wallpaper was. Danny kept accidentally saying that Jesse was here, and then Joanna was like, Jesse is not here. But of course she did. I think she was like, Rachel's here? Yeah, okay, where's Jesse? She loves Rachel, but like, you both are down to clown, but in different ways. Oh man, good kid. All right, well, Jesse, thanks for calling in to Tryhard Nation. Keep the nation proud. Okay, keep on typing. All right, TTYL. Bye. What a pleasure. What a pleasure.
She said, "You're so intelligent, and you ask so many questions. That's how you become intelligent, by asking questions. I don't know you, but I'm so proud of you."
All right, it's about quitting time. I have more stuff to do, but I'm going to clean up the living room. All right,